Do you ever just have a film that reminds you why you love films? A movie that makes you grin from ear to ear while watching it, and then just stares you directly in the face and dares you to have a bad time. In fact, it even offers you a deal because it knows that such a task would be impossible. Yeah, Anastasia is that movie for me. Anastasia is just one of those films that you can watch and rewatch over and over and never get tired of. From the banter to the animation to the wonderful songs, I just get lost every time I watch this movie. Like seriously, I approached rewatching it like some pompous art student with a pen and paper like, oh, let us figure out why I like this movie and pick it about. And it took me all of about 10 minutes to throw all of that out the window and start singing along, grinning like a child and clapping with excitement. This movie just has an infectious energy that will not be denied. If, gun to my head, I was asked why I like this movie so much, beyond the obvious answer of the music, which is just, oh, so good, it would be because of the dialogue writing in it. Because, yeah, sure, when you start the movie, you already know how it ends. It's not a complicated story. Princess gets lost, found by a smooth-talking, plucky romantic interest, the two fall in love, Princess is reunited, then has to make a choice between what she thought she always wanted versus what she found. It's a trope that's been around as long as oral stories have. But here's the thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because the moment-to-moment dialogue is so captivating and fun and brilliant, and pulled off, by the way, so well by the voice cast that you just get lost in all of the conversations and the verbal sparring going on between the characters, that you just can't help but fall in love with each and every character in this movie, even the villain and his crazy sidekick, which I'm gonna touch on them later because holy shit, how did they market this as a kids film? Getting dialogue to feel natural is the great unspoken difficulty of any scriptwriter. Look at any Charleston Heston film for an example. It's hard to have characters naturally say something that somebody else has written, and it's more difficult still to have those exchanges bounce off of each other effortlessly. I am not qualified to sit here and tell you, oh, if you do A, B, and X, you will achieve a good script and natural dialogue. But what I can say to you is go watch Anastasia. This is how you build friendships, side characters, maniacal over-the-top villains, and lovers. Just listen to some of this banter, okay?
Dimitri, do you really think I'm royalty?
You know I do.
Then stop bossing me around. Thank goodness it's you. Just please remove him from my sight.
What have you done to her?
Me? It's her. Ha! Who said anything about an apology? I was just saying
Please,
that
just
we...
don't talk anymore, okay? It's only gonna upset me.
Getting back to what I said earlier about the villains and the crazy villain, how did they get away with marketing this movie as a kids movie? Like, okay, I know Don Bluth likes to dabble in really dark stuff, but this shit gets dark. There's ghosts, demons, curses, people dying, haunting deaths, terrifying nightmare paralysis visions, bugs with teeth. I don't think you heard me correctly there. This movie has a scene with bugs with human teeth. Look at why. He's terrible. Why does he have... why? I really want to know how much of this movie was ad-libbed, because man, when I rewatched this movie, I was rolling with laughter from the exchanges. And some of these banters are up there with Monty Python for me as some of my favorite verbal sparrings in a movie. They're just wonderful. Personally, this is one of my favorite of Bluth's works, as I think it just perfectly captures what makes a good, cheesy action-adventure musical film. It has great characters, fun, witty banter, amazing music, and then it has that signature Don Bluth animation look that is so unique to him, just to tie everything together into a nice little bow. And then on top of that, it is a fantasy film that has some historical significance to it and something that has never really been explored in a film before, with the whole downfall of the Tsars and the fantasy story of Anastasia tied into that, which Anastasia was an actual person in real life, but this movie does not follow her story at all. So it's interesting. It's a very interesting movie and a very interesting idea for a movie, and it's just wonderful. And as yet another note, there are a lot of films that just don't really have any good characters to look for role models, and that's okay. But I'm going to come across as really curmudgeonly when I say this. If you're making a kids movie, you should really have role models in that kids movie, because kids' brains are very receptive. They're like sponges. And it's hard to find a role model in Boss Baby. And I know I'm going to come across as so curmudgeonly when I say that, and that's so selective picking, but I feel like a lot of modern kids movies have moved away from that stereotypical role model thing, which is okay. But I think it's also good to have those movies with those in there. Because man, this movie has some good role models. It's got a kick-ass female protagonist who's charming, witty, smart, doesn't take shit from anybody, but is also kind, caring, and compassionate. A suave male lead who is equal parts daring, charming, witty, protective, learns how to give and then learns how to let go when needed, and has a lot of personal growth over the course of the film. And it has the best friend that anybody could ever motherfucking ask for. Vlad, you are a king, sir.
What do you see?
I see a skinny little nobody with no past and no future.
I see an engaging and fiery young woman who on a number of occasions has shown a regal command equal to any royal in the world.
Look, I just really like these characters, okay? And let's not even go into that. Yes, this is yet another movie that Walrus has somehow picked, that he had a crush on the female badass woman that could probably beat his head in, and, you know, probably had a lot to do with my type in women. I have a type. I get it. We are moving on. When the movie was released, it received mixed critical reception, but it still did fairly well at the box offices, eventually earning 2 Oscar nominations, but no wins. It was then rushed to VHS and DVD the following April to capitalize on the box office performance, and since then it kind of became a household staple film, which is funny. It's funny because I feel like it's one of those movies that's not really on the top of people's minds or on the top of their list of favorite childhood movies growing up. Yet, when you mention it, the moment the word leaves your mouth, they immediately light up with joy when they remember this classic. So for me, that's enough to call it an underrated masterpiece. Also, I would just love to hear more of this soundtrack used in my day-to-day life and have more presence around the internet, because it's phenomenal. If you've never seen this film before, do yourself a favor, kick back, grab a rosemary and lemon vodka toddy, and enjoy one of my personal favorite childhood comfort films, Anastasia. Hi guys, so welcome to the end of the video. If I look very strange and jittery, that's because this is being recorded in 23 frames, which is what Anastasia was recorded in. And I can't record myself in 60 frames and put it on a 23 frame video. Hey. Anyway, there is no sponsor for this video. This video will be demonetized because it is a film. So today's sponsor is all of you guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you want to see me and my personality more, there is a link down to my live streaming channel. Or if you want to support what I do here on YouTube and make videos possible for me to make them for you, then there is a little join button that you can press there and become a member of the channel, and every little bit of that does really help out. But honestly, you can do all of that with just you watching this video and leaving comments and hanging out and interacting. That's more than enough. Like it's been so wonderful to get to know so many people across the internet. But anyway, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.